What is going on, guys? My name is Tubby, Emu Extreme Rules. We're going to break down the full card. What I think is going to happen. You know, this is one of the pay-per-views WWE actually has most of the feuds set up before the pay-per-view even starts. Now, granted, a lot of these are kind of rehashes of WrestleMania. Some aren't. And I'm actually kind of surprised. And here's why. We have 3 matches announced already. We have Dolph Ziggler versus Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger, which makes sense. John Cena versus Ryback. Okay, I'm for it. Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. A rehash. The third time they faced off, meh. Other matches that are going to happen, most likely, unless something happens beforehand, is Mark Henry versus Sheamus. You're going to have Team Hell No taking on the Shield, most likely for the tag team titles. It seems like the team Tons of Funk is going up against Cody Rhodes and Damian Sandow. It seems like their feud is continuing. You have maybe Big Show versus Randy Orton. And it looks like most of the card is pretty much set for the pay-per-view. Now, granted, we still haven't announced anything about the Intercontinental titles or the United States title, but most of the card is set up. Now, the interesting thing here is, will Undertaker still be a part of the card? I know a lot of people are speculating it, and it is confirmed for tonight that Dean Ambrose will take Undertaker on TV. A lot of people had said it was a dark match. It's not. It's live on SmackDown tonight. It is the main event. And I find this kind of interesting because Extreme Rules to WrestleMania is normally a 3-week gap. This year, they removed a pay-per-view. They went down to 12 per year instead of 13, which gave this gap between WrestleMania and Extreme Rules and between, Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. Like always, it's like a 6 or 7 week gap, and it allows so much time to build feuds. And I like the fact that WWE has allowed this, and this change allows time to build. Because these may not necessarily be the feuds we want to see with, Sheamus and Mark Henry, which I'm kind of intrigued. It's something, a little bit new instead of a rehash of old stuff like Brock Lesnar and Triple H. But at the same time, you have a lot of kind of new stuff coming on. Chris Jericho versus Fandango is another one that one's continuing on. And that gives us, 8, 9 matches potentially on the card unless things finish up. Now, granted, we are still 4 weeks away from Extreme Rules. So this card could change. The only thing we know as of now are those 3 matches. For all we know, Sheamus versus Mark Henry could finish up on an episode of Raw or SmackDown, and things could go completely different. Now, I'm not saying they won't. I'm not saying they couldn't. But I think they would carry on to the pay-per-view. And WWE, for the first time in a long time besides WrestleMania, and even WrestleMania didn't really have that buildup of all the matches. Fandango versus Chris Jericho. Or, I'm sorry, I didn't let the A's breathe. Fandango. Didn't really have a match, before the pay-per-view until 3 weeks before when they put up Chris Jericho against him. At least this time, we have storylines kind of being built up. And I'm excited because I really do want to see John Cena versus Ryback. Although I feel it's kind of going to be like Randy Orton versus Christian 2 years ago when they kind of faced off at a few different pay-per-views. I don't see John Cena versus Ryback ending at Extreme Rules. I think it is a feud that'll carry on, but at the same time, it's something fresh, and it's not a rehash of Punk versus Cena. I'm enjoying what they're doing, and I think there's a lot of potential in WWE right now, and I'm excited for it. I really am. I think that Extreme Rules has potential to be a good card, has potential to be a good pay-per-view, and I'm actually looking forward to it. Exactly how extreme they go. So far, no stipulations are announced except for the steel cage match. And obviously a triple threat is Extreme Rules, because you can't get DQ'd in a triple threat match. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I want to know what you guys think. From the matches that I said, does that sound like a good card to you, or is that a bad card? Let me know what your kind of pre-pay-per-view thoughts are in the comment section below. If you could do me a huge favor, hit that like button. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at Extreme Rules May 19th. And I'll see you guys later.